Here we go. We're finally diving in game number 1 of our final best of 5 qualifying match. Who will make it through in the NA qualifiers? A Korean or a European? Match.
Yeah, sad. Hey, special still fighting it out there.
Yeah, true. We could have one.
We might one American qualifying through America. Oh, not American. North American.
Yeah, one North American out of 4. Yeah, that's.
Well, he did his shopping in Los Angeles.
He did, but he also lived in Korea, so.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Maybe we have no Americans qualifying.
Meanwhile, here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Glittering Ashes LE, the foreign hope, the Terran himself, representing, as I quickly double check here, representing KyZ Gaming, it is Spirit.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Glittering Ashes LE, we have playing for Team Alpha X, the Red Protoss, Zoun.
Oh, going for the NG block. Can he get it? Can he get it? Up.
Zoun is very on top of it. Maybe he watched the previous series. But yeah, this is very, very nice. This is the optimal response, I think. Pull down 4 probes, get the early shoo away the SCV and then kill the NG bay. You don't really end up with that much lost mining time, and you can get your Nexus on location.
Yeah, very nice response indeed. Whether he's familiar with how Spirit plays or he was watching, I like to think he was watching the stream. Why not? As he does deal with it and he does throw down his Nexus.
Yeah, it's also like a nice scout timing, or scouting your natural, but scouting for the SCV blocking with the NG bay. Like he had his probe there and waiting.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
he gets it! He gets it!
He gets it.
TVP unwinnable, mate. My god.
Probes killing SCVs. Probe nerf when Blizzard.
Yeah, what world
we should make them deal 3 damage as a...
True.
That way the SCV would not have died.
Or maybe do we change the armor type of SCVs? Do we?
True. Man, SCV is already at 45 health. They shouldn't be dying on Spirit now.
Oh god, they should. Alright, here we go. The first adept is across the map. The Marines are here to meet at those, so actually down there able to push away the adept. But up, he gives it a shade, and he's going to delay the CC.
Yeah. We'll see how far away the Marines are. Can they get close enough to the adept? Ooh, it's going to be close. Ooh, survives on 11 health. Now that adept is very badly bruised, won't be able to assist that much in future attacks. But gets another SCV. That's 2 SCVs down in the early game.
Yeah,
that's pretty big.
It's pretty big, man. Not bad at all. Meanwhile, it is a Stargate opener here from Zoun, not a Twilight Council, so he's going to be zooming across the map with his Oracle. He's going to be careful though, because the Marines are coming across the map here for Spirit.
If the Oracle doesn't go across the map, this is a pretty hard build-out to win for Zoun, because the Oracle with the adept step-up can clean up all of these Marines and then the Hellions.
100%.
Oh, but it might be missing.
Yeah, the Oracle moves out, unfortunately.
Oh, there is a battery.
But there is a battery, as you said. So with this battery and overcharge, I feel like Zoun should be fine.
Oh, there are Widow Mines for Spirit. Now, is the Oracle going to run into Widow Mines? Oh, Widow Mines bar. He goes for the natural.
Goes for the natural instead. The natural is naked. He is going to get a couple of these SCVs. Is he going to run into the Widow Mine?
Oh, he sees his... Did he see? Or maybe he just knows that there are Widow... Yeah. Oh, yeah. He gets the confirmation now. And he should be scouting for an armory. Maybe turning off the Oracle. to get a Revelate. He's going greedy for SCV kills.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting a lot of SCV kills.
Did he scout it?
He did not. He did not see the armory. He is in the dark. He does have a Robo on the way regardless. And again, there is detection potential.
The Phoenixes are going out across the map, even though he's got... he's going just to check the Widow Mine. It's going straight for the natural. Yes. Gets one Widow Mine, gets two Widow Mines. 3 Widow Mines. Very, very nice target fire by Zoun.
Yeah, exactly. Even comes in, picks up the Hellbats. Oh, beautiful defense by Zoun. And the Widow Mine shots, they barely even go off.
Yeah, very, very stark contrast with this game. The utility of the Stargate units compared to just Mass Gateway unit for Skilless.
Exactly, but you know what? The Widow Mine drops are not stopping. We have another one head towards the main base. Meanwhile, this one here, does not reset.
But yeah, what's left at home for Spirit? Spirit being very, very adventurous here with his move outs. Not even one Cloaked Mine to deter Gateway units.
Oh my god, and the bunker isn't even going to finish up. Meanwhile, the drop, it's going into the main base, but he may lose everything here at the natural.
Instant response by Zoun. Very, very nice minimap awareness. But at the same time, his Stalkers and Adepts just firing a bunker.
Yeah, exactly. The bunker was able to finish up. Nice pull there from the SCVs. Meanwhile, the Widow Mines get a couple of shots off, but not on the workers.
Interesting. He tanks the shots on the Phoenix, knowing that the Phoenix will be in the red for later game. But he does not lose a probe for it. Is that worth it? Zoun seems to think, though.
I mean, if he's got the control to keep his Phoenixes alive, then sure.
Yeah.
Just don't take damage, mate.
Yeah, just don't take damage forehead.
Forehead. Oh no! The Observer!
One thing to note is, it's 6 minutes into the game. Zoun's on 53 probes. He's just starting his third base. He's very, very oversaturated right now.
Yeah, that he is, but at least the third has finally been thrown down. We already have a Robotic Spade. Colossus production is going to be commencing here now that Extended Thermal Lance has commenced. And yeah, as you were saying before, like Zoun, he's in a much, much better position compared to Skilless, who, arguably would be dead by now.
Well, I mean, granted, I think Skilless could pull off the defense Zoun had if he had opened Stargate.
True.
Like, opening gateway units into a delayed robo, having no detection when the mines were at his base is very, very rush.
Yeah, definitely. Oh boy. But now Zoun is the one.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, as like Spirit has his third base finished already, is landing it. So yeah, he's not that far down economically, despite not dealing that much damage with the Widowman drops.
Yeah, especially with mules, he can catch up. He has been slowly catching up, even, closing the distance when it comes to the worker count. Meanwhile, Zoun has eyes on the army as well as the third base, and he has decided now is the time to push out. Extended Thermal Lance, finishing up just as the Colossus gets here.
I just realized Stimpack just started. He doesn't even have combat shields. Maybe landing this third was a bit adventurous.
Oh my god, exactly. The tank gets CC, the Colossus are coming in, the bunkers are not ready for this.
Yeah. I mean, no, even with the bunkers, like, he just sort of lacks the firepower.
Yeah. Exactly. I just didn't realize the lack of upgrades on these Marines as they go down one after the other. The tank is exposed, and with this, that's all he had.
This was possibly the greediest opening possible by Spirit. Like, 3cc Cloaked Mines and landing the third base that early, like, I think he just needed to turtle up on 2 bases and then get a lot of SCVs out and wait for Stim before he lands his third. But, like, maybe he felt like he needed to get some economic lead, considering he didn't deal that much damage with Widow Mines.
Yeah, it's understandable, right? Just because we saw that the Widow Mines barely dealt any damage, so he felt that pressure. But as a result, he was punished for it, right? He was trying to be greedy, he was trying to cut corners, take a risk, and, that's sometimes what happens when you take risks like that. We do see he's going for a bit of a double drop, again, to try and equalize that damage a little bit, but Zoun, he's already back home.
Yeah, has the Observer in position. Looks like the path the Medevic's take will see, and Zoun should be reacting pretty much instantly,
Yeah, There we go. The Colossus start moving into the main base. The Phoenixes are returning back home as well. The drop has been spotted. He does zoom in, but there's an army ready and waiting.
Yep. And with the Phoenix, they can't just sit in dead space. They have to go out onto the map and land. Oh, gets the Oracle. That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, he was able to finally pick something off. At the same time, we have another double drop here on the left-hand side, and unlike the first one, this has not been scouted.
Yeah. Zoun's playing well, though. Like, he's keeping his Colossus and Sentry, like, sort of midway between, so he'll have answers for this. Nice damage, though.
Yeah,
Four probes.
4 probes go down. The drop has been saved. There's no real anti-air here, so the drop even goes into the natural base. At the same time, that initial double drop is headed towards the third, but he runs into a Colossus.
And 3 Archons, that is not something orange hit point Marauders want to face.
Oh, he gets both medevacs!
Yeah, but at the same time, Spirit gets 11 probes worth of damage. He's multitasking very, very well. Like, constantly ending out with drops. But it's just, you're trading out army for probes, and it's going to be a similar situation to what happened before, where Zoun just has a way better army compared to what Spirit has.
Exactly. He's going to be feeling confident to push out across the map and counterattack. And we already saw this third base, like, taken down earlier, and it could happen again. It's still weakened from that earlier attack as well. We could even see a kill. Meanwhile, Spirit, he still is active with his army, goes for another drop.
Yeah, triple Colossus, triple Archon. Like, Spirit's trying to build a 4th base on location. His 2-2 upgrades are finishing. Like, if he can get a decent army out, he's going to be in a great spot, but it's the issue. He can't get it. I don't think he can get it out in time.
Oh god, exactly, because Zoun, he recalled, but he only recalled 1 Colossus. The rest of the army is still across the map. Like, he very nicely split up his army to defend against these drops, and he's going to be able to take out this third. Once again, there is not enough here.
And while his army is very well upgraded, it's still very low tech. There are no Vikings, there are no Ghosts, and Zoun going for the kill move.
Exactly. He ignores the third base and goes straight for the natural, pushing up to the main base on top of all the production. We do see Spirit just barely lifting up his deepers in time, but again, we have a War Prism, we have reinforcements. There is nothing stopping Zoun.
Yeah, and on the other side of the map, 4 Marauders are nice, but they're not sort of the DPS you're looking for when you want a base trade.
Yeah, I mean, it's his only option, unfortunately, right? Recall was used earlier, so it's still on cooldown, so Zoun won't be able to return home. Maybe these shops can make some magic happen? Maybe. I mean,
I don't know.
the Zealots are cleaning up what they can. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's just Spirit's base is getting ransacked. He didn't get to lift up his production, and with no more production, it's just a matter of time before Zoun just gets the warp-in cycles he needs to defend, and Spirit has nothing to answer that.
I mean, he's being a little bit cheeky, you know, expanding towards the top left. So, like, he is approaching this like a base trade, but at the end of the day, he just has a worse army. Like, he can barely deal with these reinforcements. Like,
it's a base trade, but Zoun has 2 of his bases left. Like, yeah.
But, you know, technically...
Well, the SimCity is making it very annoying for Zoun to engage right now.
Yeah, like, the Zealots are trickling in one at a time. The Archons and the Immortals are a little bit thick, so they're really struggling to deal with this, as you were saying. And Spirit still has a couple of CCs that are alive, so...
Recall's done now. And Zoun, like... He just sort of needs to scour the map at this point, and then just turtle up on 2 bases. Until he finds where... that Archon's trapped now. He needs to make a Warp Prism to get it out.
Oh god. There's a lot of traps here, unfortunately.
And yeah, like Spirit's 10 SCVs are AFK in the main base, maybe too afraid to get up, but that as a consequence of that, he's mining way down.
Yeah, exactly. What's also unfortunate is that Zoun has also scouted the planetary towards the bottom right with his observer, so he's already working on it. We see a drop trying to go into the main base, but this time Zoun has an army at home to help deal with it. He cancels the base, he's going for the planetary.
Granted, he might be able to mass repair, but the Archons and Colossus will just focus down, and yeah, GG's called.
GG, well played. Zoun takes the first game of the series. That was only game 1, mate.
It's 1 p.m., mate.
Oh, God. How long have you been awake now?
We don't talk about it.
Have you been awake 24 hours?
No.
Mate. That was a sus no.
No, I have not.
Oh, God.
Where's Yaku?
Where's Yaku?
He needs to sub in.
Oh, God. I mean, he probably could. He should be ready right now.
Fanara Yaku in the chat.
I'll add him. Are you woke? Getting ready to dive into game number 2. You know, if you stay up long enough, you could play Neo Solo Club Asia.
Chance. There's no chance of that happening. Besides, like, ESO Open Cup Asia is the worst one to participate in because you often just play a top player in the first round.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, in America, it's like there's a chance to play more players your level before playing against the top pros.
And it is. I also want to apologize. Apparently, Nightbot was spreading lies in the chat and saying that there was a replay cast going on, so I did just fix that.
Aye. Is that back from BTL?
Yeah, it's from BTL, yeah. That means it's been saying that ever since BTL. Oh, God. It's fine, it's fine. As we are diving into game number 2 of this best of 5 qualifying match, and spawning in the top right hand corner of 2000 atmospheres LE, we have the Polish Terran representing KZ Gaming. It is Spirit.
And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of 2000 atmospheres LE, going for what looks to be a Reaper wall-off, it is Alpha X's Zoun. So on this map, there's 2 Reaper jump up spots, so Zoun will need to wall off with a pylon if he wants to wall off everything.
Yeah, thankfully, it's just a pylon for the second Reaper cliff, so it's okay. Could be worse, but yeah, going for a bit of a probe scout, confirming that, there is no proxy, nothing like that here out on the map. And to be fair, I'm not really sure if Spirit is necessarily one to proxy like that.
Well, back in the recent DreamHack EU, I think last season, he beat Showtime, and then he beat another Protoss player, I think Gung Fu Panda maybe, with a ton of one base players and proxies.
Ooh. Okay.
So he has it in his arsenal. He's a very versatile TBP player. Like, he can play for the late game and go for 3 CC and just turtle until battle cruises. Or he can be aggressive and cheeky.
Yeah, I feel like Spirit is arguably an underrated player. He's in a really weird place where I know that he has a really good relationship with a lot of the pro players in Europe, and he does practice a lot, but unfortunately he hasn't had as much maybe success or as much exposure as players like Hero Marine and Marine Lord and stuff like that. Euthermal. But he's good enough to be here in a qualifying match.
Definitely. And it's still in a miss shot.
Yeah, boy. As once again, Zoun is going for another Stargate opener.
As the Reaper gets in and should confirm that this is indeed a Stargate. It's always nice to get this confirmation scout. Marine often talks about on his stream, it's very hard to play safe in TVP because you always gamble, and so getting information like this allows you to play safe, definitely, without randomly dying to DTs or something.
Yeah, and the Reaper even got 2 probe kills. 2 probes went down. The Reaper did pay his life for it, but, you know, some damage was done. And as you were saying, at least he is safe and sound knowing that it's not a Twilight Council opener, you know, DTs or anything crazy like that.
I mean, if it was a Haas game, like, we might still not be safe. You might cancel the Stargate, go to Twilight.
Yeah, we need more Haas in our lives, I think is what you're saying.
The Haas vs. Bly was very, very good content. Shout out to Pig for organizing that.
Have you been inspired, mate? Have you been inspired?
No.
No? No? You don't want to hashtag play like Haas?
Haas makes things work that I don't think should be possible.
But he makes them possible.
Yeah, but it's Haas piloting them.
God,
the mad scientist himself.
That could be
very, very nice repair on the Widowmine.
Oh, just barely keeps
Widowmine playing with fire.
Yeah, exactly. Decent hold position here from Zoun. He avoids the Widowmine shot, but the Viking comes out.
Yeah, and forcing a little bit of lost mining time, like spent repairing the Widowmine. Recall is forced, but yeah. Overall, not too bad, I would say. And Spirit goes for another 3cc opener.
That he does. Wait, was this? Did Zoun see this? No, he did not see the CC being thrown down. So at least Spirit has kept that hidden from Zoun. I almost called him Haas.
Yeah. And I think Spirit is sort of unique among all the EU Terrans. I think a lot of the EU Terrans hate TVP, hate playing macro games versus Protoss. Spirit, he embraces them a lot more than the Marine Lords or the Euthermals of the world.
Whether or not that's a good thing, I mean, we'll find out. As he's going straight into it, we do see the Phoenix is finding some damage. Ooh, actually delaying the gases, but Widowmine shot goes off.
That's always painful. Like, even though it doesn't kill the Phoenix, it's hull damage, and if you just randomly fly over a pack of Marines, you're much more likely to die having taken a Widowmine shot.
He has to be a little bit more careful, babysit them a little bit further, otherwise
again, it's a very, very late third base, and we need to see if Spirit has scouted this, because if Zoun goes in and tags, this might be he doesn't even see. He hasn't seen the third CC yet.
Yeah, like, so twice now, the Oracle has dipped it and he just doesn't have eyes on that CC, but the Phoenixes will finally confirm.
The cost of another Widowmine shot, more hull damage.
Yeah, exactly. That means that if there is a big engagement and we're relying on these Phoenixes to CC tanks, again, they're going to be that much weaker in that role.
Spirit, he's landing, he's moving out just as Zoun is initiating his attack. Now, granted, Zoun does not have Colossus this time around, and Immortals, not known for their prowess against Marine like Colossus are.
Not really. So we'll see how much damage they can get done. I mean, we have already a decent spread here from the Marines of Spirit. The Phoenixes are trying to dive on top of the tanks, but immediately one of the Phoenixes get picked off.
Yeah, it was the low HP Marine. Like, that's the impact of the Widowmine showing, like those Widowmine shots from the Phoenix. And Zoun, like, he once again took a really, really late third base. The Terran is equal on workers to the Protoss, and that should never happen in a game. Maybe before, I guess, like 4 base mark.
Yeah, and unlike the previous game, you know, Zoun was able to, again, deal economic damage at the third base. This time, no, he was deflected. He couldn't even kill a tank there towards the end. So now he's a little bit more on the back foot. We do see a double drop. Yeah. It looks like the Oracle may spot this. Oh, no.
Oh, no. He moves out just before. But actually, maybe he sniffed it out. He had an observer there. Yeah, very, very nice map vision by Zoun. Like, he's not getting caught unawares by anything right now. Both watchtowers, gets pushed off one by now, but Observer, Stasis Ward, and Stargate units.
He's just all over the map, mate. All over it, and able to keep up with the multi-prong of Spirits. The Spirit one to try and go for a drop. Again, the Phoenixes are here to help stop that. And yeah, Zoun so far holding well here. Just waiting for the rest of his upgrades to finish up.
Spirit is aggressively posturing.
Oh.
Oh, that isn't. Oh, I think he was actually trying to bait the Phoenix into the Widowmines. That was actually a cool play, but Zoun doesn't take the bait.
A bold bait, mate. Oh, God. Playing with fire. As we have more reinforcements zooming across the map.
He really needs to take the watchtower on the north side. Like, this is just free map control for Zoun right now that Spirit should not be allowing.
Mate, a hero probe, mate. It's a probe of all things that has control of that tower.
As the Oracle vulnerable, but Zoun does pull it back, overlates. Widowmine gets dropped as Spirit makes a play into the natural, but yeah, Zoun's on top of his army split. Army in the main, army in the third base. He's not getting surprised by anything right now.
Yeah, exactly. Only losing 2 probes in total, despite, again, just being harassed by multiple angles. So nicely done again by Zoun, and now he's just waiting here. His upgrades are finished up. He's working on a Warp Prism.
Yeah.
Eventually, at some point, he will be pushing out.
But look at the Terran side. Compare this to last game. 4 Vikings, 3 Ghosts in production, 2 ship weapons. Like, Spirit is in a way better economic position than he was last game.
Yeah, it's really showing here. And now he's not stuck with just like pure bio Widowmine or just bio like he was in the previous game.
Like his upper base versus Protoss. Now, what Zest would do in this situation was start +1 air weapons and go into carriers. Just camp on 3 bases for the longest time. Zoun, he's going the more traditional route, just Archons, more Robo Bay, more Robo facilities for Colossus and Disruptors. That's always painful.
Yeah, he missed the revelation. And he did lose his Oracle. At the same time, Stasis still working out well here for Zoun. Stops the drop.
But he's not getting a lot done, but at the same time, does he even have to? Like, his economic position is so good, and Zoun hasn't got any harassment, which this Warp Prism might change.
Yeah, the Warp Prism is going to sneak into the main base
turrets
here, but at the same time, the army's pushing forward. We have an EMP. The Colossus dies immediately.
Oh, the Widowmine kills the Observer, so no detection. Looks like there's no more Widowmines for that to matter, but the 4th base does get cancelled, and Zoun is forced to pull back.
God,
the Vikings...
the Vikings focusing down another one of these Colossus. Overcharge is popped a little bit too late. The second Colossus falls.
Ooh. Spirit's playing this out very nicely. He's just containing, getting pickups where he needs, and Zoun, he's getting army damage, but he really isn't getting the economic damage that he needs to drag himself back into this game. He's got DT Disruptor, but that might not be enough with how few mineral lines he can mine from.
Yeah, I mean, look how oversaturated he is here at his 3rd base. He needs a 4th desperately, but he just can't do it. On top of that, like, because of all these Vikings, all of his Colossus count was reset as well. Like, his army honestly isn't looking too impressive.
Yeah, it's 5 base to 3, and like, I don't see how you get out of this without carriers. Apart from like the juiciest disruptor hits of all time, but Spirit already transitioning into Mass Liberator, getting +2 in advanced ballistics, allowing him to 2-shot the Stalkers when these upgrades finish.
Oh, God. Exactly. He is getting ready for that. To be fair, he doesn't have it ready yet, but the Liberators are just about to pop out. The army is moving out here for Spirit. Zoun is being pulled apart. As you were saying, the only way that he can hold on here is with the most perfect Purification Novas.
And the Disruptors, they're moving. Oh, Spirit. That is a very, very juicy start.
Yeah, pretty good start. Got 1 Ghost, a bunch of those Marauders. We got 4 more shots where that came from. We have an EMP.
Oh, jumping on. Nice split. At the same time, a Zealot run by is wreaking havoc in Spirit's 3rd base.
Exactly, the entire mineral line goes down, and you know what? We saw like 3 pretty good Purification Novas there. Pretty good connections for Zoun. He's doing it.
Yeah. But the thing is, Zoun, he doesn't have an answer for these Liberators. Like, his own, probably the worst composition possible. 0 Stalkers in his army, just whopping in a few more. And yeah, at the same time, landed Vikings of all things, take out the 4th base, kill, not a cancel. That is money Zoun cannot afford right now.
Exactly. Like, sure, he did kill 23 workers across the map, but he still needs an economy of his own. Looks like all these Vikings are actually going to get taken out, so at least...
The Terran, it's doubling the Protoss and worker. Not worker, in base count.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. And you know what? Even though Terran may not have the mules, he may not have the SCVs, he has the mules.
Plus 2 is not done yet, and so these Liberators are trading much worse for Stalkers. But at the same time, like, this is trades Spirit can afford. Zoun can't really afford to keep making these expensive high-tech units. So he's done.
Exactly. It finally finishes up here, but at the same time, all the Liberators were cleaned up. The Colossus comes out, so Zoun is going to have a bit of an easier time dealing with this.
I think Spirit, he's got what he's needed to do. He's done even more EQ damage with a Liberator sieged up. He's denied the 4th base so many times, he just needs to back off, keep his cool, get up a Liberator count, and then just slow siege to end the game.
Yeah, now Zoun is the one who's feeling all in here. He just goes across the map with what he has. Can he break this 3rd base? Again, maybe with a good Nova, but, oh god, 4 Liberators being built at a time, that's still so brutal.
Like, Spirit can just, he doesn't even need to hold the 3rd base. Like, he could just pull back to his TC in the north, his planetary fortress in the north.
Yeah,
playing too much AoE 4.
TCs, mate. Oh god. Meanwhile, we have a bit of a run by. A couple more probes are going down, but Zoun actually outpositions the army a little bit here. Finally, he gets up on top of the high ground.
Ooh, that's a juicy Nova. But at the same time, like, Liberators, they are tearing the Protoss force apart. Zoun is dropping low on supply, out of disruptors, maybe out of dreams. Oh, 1 disruptor and a dream left.
1 disruptor, mate. 1 disruptor. Bit of a zealot drop here in the main base. Gets a couple more workers, but again, Zoun is being starved out. He's long distance mining from the 4th base because that's how desperate he is.
It's just a matter of numbers at this point, and Spirit has got plenty of numbers.
That he does. Like, despite the harassments in the main and stuff, like, I don't think Zoun's...
Look at the production tab, basically. That tells the whole story.
Zoun hasn't even seen the top left base. He doesn't even know.
Ooh, decent split. Yeah, at the same time, like, even the Liberators just picking up a few Stalkers, it's enough. Even if he loses, like, 6 or 7 Marauders to a few Purification Novas.
Yeah. The Libs are just... They're just too good. GG. Spirit ties it up 1-1.
Yaku's still not online. Finara Yaku. Falling asleep here, mate.
Oh, God.
Good thing we're not casting ZVP. You might be solo casting.
ZVP? No, I'd be happy with that. I'd be okay with that, I'll be honest. I enjoy it, mate. I enjoy it.
A ZVP enjoyer.
That's me, mate. That's me. But it looks like Yaku may take a while. He just jumped in prematurely, shaking my head. He hasn't he hasn't even done. He's not even in game.
Yaku, please.
God.
Yaku, please save me.
Looks like he's gonna have to save you next game.
I have come, child.
Save me from having to watch this unwinnable matchup. Oh, Zoun makes it look winnable.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
Like, the fact that he made it that close after, like, that, how bad that mid-game turned out for him, like, it's credit to his skill. And maybe credit to the easy tools of disruptors.
Yeah, I mean, mate, he honestly got a lot of really good shots off.
Definitely.
He was looking really good, like, defending his 3rd and his main and, like, at multiple places at once. But, again, he just never got a 4th up and running. And when he did, like, they would just die. Like,
Yeah.
Feels bad, man. But you know what? Mate, we're tied up.
1-1.
So we are diving into game number 3 in this best of 5 qualifying match. And in the bottom left, we have our Terran. Our Polish Terran representing KaiZ. It is Spirit.
And in the top right-hand corner of Hardwire LE, it is the red Protoss player playing for Team Alpha X. It is Zoun.
to give a bit of a shout out to Ranger in the chat. And also, Funada Ranger, because, mate, where have you been? I've seen you laddering now and again, but, mate,
He was streaming yesterday.
Yeah, he's been streaming, he's been active. We need to see more of Ranger, I feel. I know he's been...
I need to remove Dota 2 from my name. 10 Mans is dead.
It's Dedge, mate, it's Dedge.
Dedge.
What happened to the 10-mans?
AoE 4 got released. It was just a stopgap for AoE 4.
Okay, I heard that apparently StarDuck killed 10-mans. That happened.
Yeah.
What happened?
Sort of.
I feel like there's a story to be told.
Maybe not best.
Oh,
maybe
God.
not best to talk about it now.
Feels
But
bad.
yeah, so last game, like, what it came down to, Zoun took a 530 third base. Spirit took a 430 third base. Spirit's eco lead was just too great in the mid game, and like Zoun didn't recognize it until it was basically ready to lift off and land. And Zoun did not have the army to punish like he did on Glittering Ashes, because Spirit was playing much more defensive, but had a lot more Marines, had 2 tanks, and instead of expending so much into Widowmine drops, as well as Zoun was investing more into Stargate units than he was.
I think it's one of those things where I think it goes to show the adaptability of Spirit a little bit. You know, game number 1, as you just pointed out, he had a very hard time dealing any economic damage at all with his Widowmine drops. Time and time again, he would invest like 4 Widowmines and he would get like 2 drone kills, and that's it, or 2 probe kills. So yeah, I think it's really cool to see him recognize that, and as a result, adapt, change, and approach the game in a different manner, and get away with it.
Definitely. As the Reaper gets in, gets the confirmation scout on the Twilight again. Not bad, not bad. Ooh.
Oh, the probes!
The probe! Zoun, I wonder if that was an F2 or if it was intentional. So he pulled the Adept back, he's hunting for the Reaper now.
Yeah, he wants the Reaper bad, mate, and maybe he can intercept. No!
Oh, no! The Shade!
The Shade working against Zoun.
Aye.
The Reaper escapes.
I mean, I think the Reaper was out of 2-shot range anyway.
Yeah.
From the regen, so...
The Adept actually gets into the main base.
Not bad, not bad. He does scout that it's pretty much the most stock standard Terran opener, but the Adept will pay for it with his life.
Yeah, that he will. Will he get an SCV? That is the question. Oh, it looks like he will not. Not yet. He's got a lot
Kill the cleaning bot.
Kill the cleaning bot?
Yeah. Kill all the critters. The critters need to die.
Oh, mate. What are you doing? What are you talking about? Leave the critters alone. It's a 4-minute third.
Have you seen... Yeah. I mean, he was playing, I think, like, Blink Colossus, or like at least Stargate Robo, which often takes a later third from Twilight openers anyway.
What do you say? Wait, what do you have against the critters? What do you have against the Roombas?
They block pathing.
Yeah, but they're cleaning.
Also, pro tip for anyone in the chat: the dog on one of the new maps is unkillable, so you spam click on the critters, and if you click on them like 15 or 16 times, they explode.
Wait, does it still kill the dog?
Yep, it kills the dog.
Even though you can't target the dog?
Yeah, even though you can't target the dog.
That's OP. That's insane.
What do you mean? It's a neutral critter. How is it wrong? What are you talking about?
Leave the critters alone, mate. Leave it alone.
Kill all the critters in game. Kill them all.
Oh, awful, mate. Awful. This is this is delirious 24-hour awake StarDuck right now, telling the chat to kill the dogs and the Roombas in the game. Leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
They're there for you.
And then risk missing your Evo block off against the Hellions.
Yeah, but
losing 10 drones because of one critter.
They're protecting you from the cannon rushes, though. They're protecting you.
Long past cannon rush timeline.
Oh god. Alright, well here we go. Zoun, he was just chilling at home, getting his service up and running, going into those Colossus or Disruptors once again. Yeah, relatively passive compared to the previous games that we've had.
Yeah. And Spirit likes his 3cc openers. Another one, sending the Raven out for a bit of harass. Got his Widowmine job, keeping a few Stalkers tied up. And got a Hellion for a bit more map control as well.
Yeah, it looks like the Hellion is being dealt with. Zoun is moving out a little bit. He did have eyes on the third base. He's well aware that it is now in position. And as this is happening, that Raven is slipping in.
Nice probe pull. Barely takes any worker damage. I think one worker goes down. And the Raven is just chilling with the medevac, just being annoying. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Zoun's poking the third, but he can't really do much versus this tank line.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have too many Stalkers here. Sure, he has Blink, but again, the tank is in a very nice position. But at least some spine time was forced here for Spirit. He still has that drop as well. At any moment, he could try and boost into the main base.
Meanwhile, Zoun is getting all of his gate production online, just finishing up charge. Does he have a Twilight Forge?
He does now. Well, he's working on it.
Double Forge. That's a bit late, wouldn't you say? 7 minutes. Well, we'll see what he can possibly get done with the timing.
Yeah. Oh boy. For a while now, he's going to be on 0-0. And pretty interestingly to me is that he did prioritize... Hold on, let me just double check here. Yeah. He went for the Disruptors instead. Oh my god, he's here across the map with them. Oh my god.
Wants to try and...
He's going to go for it, man.
He go for a YOLO play, or he wants to delay the tank.
Meanwhile...
Oh,
he's going for it! There's no reaction!
Dude, look! Aye. But at the same time, Spirit, he's got Widowmines landed. Very, very nice control by Zoun. He's multitasking on point, kills all of that bio, and then defends against the Widowmines.
Mate, he doesn't just defend against the Widowmines, he defends against the Raven as well, as it did throw down a couple of Water Towers. There is one Widowmine here in the main base. The third base, it's going to reset.
Not like this. 8 probes go down, and Zoun, he's throwing down a cannon, but will that give enough time for the... Yeah, it will. Yeah. The Widowmine get to fire a third time.
Yeah, it will reset. But what's important, though, is that, again, because of those Disruptor shots, the bio count is so significantly smaller here, and now
it could be 160 supply right now.
Oh, God, here we go. We have our Colossus. We have our Widowmines. We have detection to help deal with them as well, but there's a scan. Observer survived. No, never mind. Observer gets picked off.
Raven is chilling on the other side of the map on 1 health or something like that. Disruptors, ooh, clips 2 Marines, not that bad. It's still value.
Yeah, it gets a couple of those Marines at the same
Maybe
time.
not as juicy as the first 2, but
I mean, you very rarely get anything like that, mate.
He timed it. Like, I wonder if he was waiting for Spirit to be harassing it again with the Raven before setting in with the Disruptors, or if it was just awkward timing for Spirit.
I wonder. Oh god, we do have a scan. Spirit does confirm the 4th base on the way. Liberators are coming out, so it's still going to be relatively awkward for Zoun to push into this. The longer this goes on, I feel like it's going to be a little bit better for Spirit. He has his ghosts.
Yeah, he's also got 2-2 on the way. He's got Vikings coming out. He's got everything he needs to deal with the Archon Colossus Force. But Zoun is taking into more Disruptors, and we've seen time and time again in this series how effective they can be.
Yeah, exactly. At the same time, that Raven is still dishing out more damage despite being on 8 HP.
I'm surprised it's only got 5 kills, given how much it's done.
True.
Should very good.
Gonna give some props to Zoun for that one. Meanwhile, Zoun did pull the trigger here, takes out a lot of the bio, but doesn't commit, actually force the recall.
Triple drop from Spirit.
And he gets away.
Yeah. And this gives Spirit the time he needs to land a 4th base. A bit of breathing room, because Zoun was sort of in his face for the last few minutes. Oh. Okay.
Exactly.
That's a decent amount of airspace in the top left-hand corner.
It really is. With that quick boost, he was able to avoid those stalkers. So again, that triple drop is still a very massive threat here for Zoun. Meanwhile, the Raven comes in again. Jesus Christ.
Mate, I would just like drop a feedback on that. Just okay. It was finally. That thing has been annoying Zoun since like minute 6.
Oh god, finally it is dealt with. Meanwhile, props to Spirit because, you know, showing off that he doesn't Ulami Hotkey, this this medevac is still here as well. Jesus.
Mate, when I play Terran, that's all I use.
He's like, mate, use that when you play Protoss as well. Who are you trying to fool here? Meanwhile, oh my god, another Widowmine drop. This time it actually deals damage.
No, you can't F2 as Protoss. At least not versus Zerg, because you leave a gap in the wall.
True. That's why you just full wall off, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Meanwhile, are these going to reset? Yo, it is. At least one is. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Wait, the second is going to reset as well.
Oh,
no. Not like this. Not like this.
Okay, only one probe.
Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Finally, they're going to be dealt with.
Yeah. This is a very, very scary Protoss army, but he does not want to attack right now, just before 2-2. He has the zoning tools and disruptors to keep the Terran army out.
Yeah, I'm honestly a little bit surprised that that Spirit actually stopped Liberator production. Like he was like working on them, and he had 2 out, but then that's it. That's all he's got.
Nice EMPs landing. Ooh, the Vikings get caught up by the Stalkers, and the Disruptors are just zoning the entire Bioforce. Spirit, he can't get in range to save his Planetary Fortress right now.
Yeah, exactly. The Disruptor shots are just too good, slowly chipping away at the Bio Army. Finally, I believe that's the final shot goes off.
No,
the Disruptor's down! No! Oh, no. That was literally...
What that is, Zoun had the Disruptors on a different hotkey to his whole army.
Yeah,
because like otherwise they just randomly move in because they have no attack.
This is why you all army hockey.
Yeah, man.
Oh god, what was that? Like 6 Disruptors for free?
Yeah. Oh, the EMP is very, very juicy. Taking out the Colossus, taking out the Archons, removing a lot of complexity from Zoun's army.
Exactly. The drop in the main base is being dealt with. We only have 2 Disruptors remaining and 1 Colossus here. Is it going to be enough? I mean, damage is being dealt in the mineral line at least. Disruptor shot goes off.
One Disruptor. Oh, he's focusing down the orbital command. He needs to repair it. Doesn't get it off.
Does not. We do have a kill there on the orbital.
But I would argue affordable losses because he has the bottom right base. If he... Oh.
Does he though?
Does he though?
There's no detection. DTs reveal themselves. Go for the planetary. Go for the planetary.
This is what Marine Lock makes him say tooled. That right there.
2 bases go down in the blink of an eye, mate.
But it has to be said, Spirit has a very scary army right now. Okay, not that bad. Only 2 tanks.
God, Spirit, please look after your army, puppy.
And he has +2 ranged Liberators as well.
He does. He does have the ranged Liberators, so because that, he should be able to zone out the majority of those Disruptors. They should be able to get
there's a turret. Oh.
Mate.
I think Spirit's raging right now.
Mate.
It's every Terran's worst nightmare.
Exactly. The planetary goes down. The DTs are going ham. The DTs are single-handedly winning Zoun this game.
Like, he even had a turret and some bio there. Like, maybe he could have had a Widowmine borrowed. But yeah, like, this is what is so annoying about late game TVP. If you're stuck on the defensive like this, it feels like DTs just pick away your bases for virtually free. Like, they blink in, kill them, and then run out.
Oh my god, but here we go. Spirit, he's going for it. No, the disruptor shots are going off. They get pretty good Novas. Oh my god! No, not again!
Mate, Zoun, why did you lose 6 Disruptors before?
He wanted to make it close, mate. He wanted it to be a close
Yeah.
game. As he blinks on forward, really the only thing left are Liberators and tanks. The tanks go down, and so do the Liberators. Sure, there's
Mate, he lost two planetary fortresses,
oh.
and then he lost that entire bioforce in the beginning to 2 disruptors. Like,
I feel
might
like
be tilted.
this game is like classic Terran Worst Nightmare TVP.
Yeah.
You know, everything that
Yeah,
that is difficult about the matchup was portrayed in this matchup.
yeah.
Ah.
Meanwhile, Spirit vs Skillless Game On was everything that's difficult about Protoss vs Terran.
Oh god. Now my question to you is, are you good to finish off the series, or would you like to go to bench?
Oh, I'd like to go. Okay. Yaku can sub in.
Yeah.
Yaku? Yaku's here, right?
Yeah. He'll be here.
Okay.
We're good. So before you go, I would like to say thank you so much, StarDuck, for joining me for the cast today. I appreciate it. I know you've been awake for a long time, but I also know that you've been awake being a DGen for a long time, so it's fine.
No
for
comment.
for people who are wondering, mate, who are you and where can they find you?
I'm StarDuck. I stream sometimes on StarDuck_SC. Mainly StarCraft Ladder, although maybe I might be streaming Age of Empires 4.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have a Twitter, but I don't really post much.
You should. But yes, thank you so much, StarDuck, for joining me for the cast today. I really appreciate it. Again, he is a cranky duckling, so be sure to follow him. Make him tweet, make him stream more often as well, because this man barely streams. Shaking my head. Thank you so much, as Yaku will be joining me for the rest of the cast. Ciao, StarDuck. Ciao.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Get some rest, man. Get some rest. And with that, we are now diving into our next game of this series. Oh my god, I don't know if you were watching, but here we go. Spawning
I was
in.
watching instead of coming in because I wanted to see the score.
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Blackburn ALE, we have the Polish Terran player representing KaiZ Gaming, currently down in this series, bowing out with a no GG. No GG. It is Spirit.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player coming out from the land of Korea, representing Alpha X. He only needs un momento por favor to qualify for TSL 8, proving that PvT is winnable. He is Zoun.
Oh god. Welcome back, Yaku. Welcome. Good morning.
Hola. Soy conmigo tengo.
Oh god, thank you so much. StarDuck has been awake for 24 hours, so he did have to go to bed, but thankfully, Yaku was here to join me.
Gotta appreciate that Deegan sleep schedule.
It's awful, man. I shake my head.
It's amazing. How much of that is AoE and how much of that is KS2?
He actually he broke it down for me, and it was 50-50.
Ah, okay, that's not bad. At least he's not completely devoured by Kerrigan survival anymore.
It's like, he gets rid of one demon, but he accepts another. Like I don't. I don't know.
He hasn't. Has he really gotten rid of it? It's like he unpacked 50% of it, and then introduced another.
Yeah. Feels bad, man. Feels bad.
Like it was halfway done, expelling one demon.
Oh god. But yes, we are mid-series. This is our final series of the day, by the way, Yaku, for this tournament. Of course, straight after this, we will be diving into our ESL Open Cup Asia broadcast.
That we shall. It'll be a more of an interesting one this week, but that will be later.
Yeah, exactly. Funada Zest. We had a bit of a surprising turnout here in the sense that Zest did not turn up for the TSL NA qualifier. We'll see if he will be there for the Asia one. Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, here's hoping. It would be really surprising if Zest doesn't show up. I mean, Zest is basically there for almost anything, but one thing you gotta appreciate, I suppose, for the TSL qualifiers is that they are very compact. Well, maybe not, depending on your perspective. But yeah, I guess it's a good thing for players, right? Where if you don't qualify for the first NA qualifiers like this one, this first Korean qualifier is in about little over 24 hours from now. Then you have the first EU qualifier, which is a few hours after that. Yeah. Then, of course, the second NA qualifier after that.
I mean, there are plenty of qualifiers, mate. Plenty of qualifiers here for TSL, so I'm sure we're going to be seeing more of some of our other players later on. And meanwhile, here we are with Spirit and Zoun. And once again, Zoun going for a Stargate opener.
Yeah, he's been doing this pretty consistently, hasn't he? At least in this particular series, what I was able to catch of it.
Yeah, the previous game was the only game where he opened up with the Twilight Council instead. Opened up with Blink Stalkers, and yeah, we saw how that turned out. Were you present for the disruptor shots that we saw last game?
I was.
Oh god,
that was a feels bad, man. Zoun just like cut Spirit completely. Like that one moment where Spirit just wasn't looking at his army. I had to dip away, and I think that was the spookiest thing about this Halloween so far.
I forgot about that. Are you already? Are you ready? Because I noticed that you haven't shown the webcam.
Yeah.
I'm sure you wanna.
I'm saving it for the intro for yourself, Asia.
I was gonna say, I'm sure you're saving it. You're saving it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Am I prepared? I'm not prepared, am I?
That's why I wasn't in game for this long, because I was getting ready.
Yeah. Well, good, mate. Fair play. So be sure to tune into our next broadcast to see what Yaku is wearing and what he has on and what he doesn't have on. Oh my. As this is the first game actually where Spirit has been relatively passive. Like typically he's been trying to go for these Widowmine drops time and time again, but right now he's just stuck here. Oh my god, never mind.
Oh, you're alright with that, and now we see why he's not going across the web with his middle mines. He's using it a lot more defensively. I like this from Spirit, actually, just reacting to how Phoenix-heavy Zoun has been this series.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit more defensive.
Yeah, and just like that, 2 Widowmine shots go off. Immediately, 2 Phoenixes do fall. What's important as well is that something that we have been pointing out is that every single game this series, Spirit has gone for a 4-minute third base. This game on Blackburn, it makes sense because it is Blackburn. He has opted not to go for a fast third TC, and he is working on a very strong push.
Foot on the gas, and he does not want to light it up. Once he gets that foothold with his siege up tanks, with his bio, it is going to be incredibly difficult for Zoun to break that. But we'll see. Zoun is working on Colossus right now, which, you know, is pretty good defensively if you can get them in range of super batteries. But if not, I don't know, man. We're on Blackburn. Yeah,
exactly. Like I'm certain that, you know, this opener, this build from Spirit is definitely map dependent. Thankfully, Zoun, because of this observer, he actually scouts the move out. He sees everything. He is rushing back home. The first Colossus is already done, but extended thermal lens will not be done for this attack.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Zoun is banking on right now. Again, he can't move too far range with shield batteries, otherwise it really doesn't take much for Marauders and tanks to target down the Colossus. But without thermal lens, it's such an ineffective range, at least compared to siege tanks.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, here come the reinforcements. We have a double drop zooming across the map. Nice pickoff of the first Widowmine. You know, Zoun was able to at least damage some of the army, pick off what he could before the engagement happened. Immediately, he picks up the second Widowmine as well.
Ooh. Nicely done here. Picks up a lot of Marauders as well, so there's not going to be much of a buffer for these Marines. What I'm worried about is that earlier on, Zoun moved his Phoenixes into his main base, but he had no idea that the drop was coming. Now he repositions, and he's forced to recall. Oh my lord, Zoun is going to be losing a base one way or another.
Mate, and 14 workers just went down in the main base. Meanwhile, in comes that buyer. This time there is no Colossus, but he did leave just barely enough to deal with the army. But again, the Widowmine shots that went off here were insane.
Absolutely insane. You could say that Zoun with 3 Nexuses, you know, he could try to recover, but it's going to be a massive period of time where Zoun is going to be starving to get any units out. Tries to lift up the tanks, but the Marines were already in position to deal with that. But it looks like there's just enough Protoss here to break this foothold.
Oh,
Zoun
God.
buys himself a little bit of time, but again, he doesn't have a lot of resources to utilize that time.
I mean, look at the workers. He's down over 20 probes, and you know what else? He's not making any more. He is not probing up right now. He's focusing on nothing but army. He is going across the map, and with the death of those tanks, what is there? What?
Oh, you're right. There isn't anything, and Spirit is moving everything he's got across the map. We're gonna get a bit of a pseudo base trade here.
Oh my god, we are going full on base trade mode. Here we go. We have a drop here in the main base. We do have a couple of Blink Stalkers here at home to help defend, but they are not going to be enough. They are backed off. We actually have a Disruptor on the way. Yeah, he doesn't have Blink. Oh my god.
Still a lot that Symbio can do. It's all going to come down to this Disruptor shot.
Yeah.
Spirit is already camping the production of Zoun, depowering so many gateways. But Zoun is camping Spirit's production.
Yeah, exactly. Both players, their productions are going down. What I will say is that Spirit also was able to manage to get a small army as well. He's going to be able to pull the boys. God, we have such an awkward position here. We'll see how this will go.
I think Spirit has got this out. He's got the Liberators out. Nobody's fighting within a choke point. That could come back to bite him. Liberators are slowly being taken care of without charge. It does take quite a while to deal with these Marauders.
That it does. The second Liberator is coming out. Meanwhile, here we go. Overcharge is being popped. Do we have an over? Actually, it was already wasted.
Yeah, he needs to wait for that to reset. And even if
Second
he does
over.
switch it, set it up. There is!
Oh!
Purification over and lands on just about anything! Zoun might have just about done it with that move!
Spirit, please! For the second time this series, he was not looking at the wrong time, and he loses almost the entire army across the map.
That was all of Spirit's chances just taken down the drain. And to be fair, Zoun can't really produce anything, but he does have a recall available to him. You remember that.
Yo, and we have mules, you know, like Spirit actually has an economy. He's trying to produce whatever he can. There we go. He is rebuilding his infrastructure, his production as best as he can. So this is still pretty close. Zoun may have the better army right now, but like Spirit is working on that.
Yeah, he has a better army for now.
Yeah. Oh, God, exactly. Meanwhile, Spirit has found the final mining base here of... Sorry, Zoun has found the final mining base of Spirit. The Liberators are making this really awkward to engage.
They are, but Thermal Heads did finish up a while ago, so yes, Zoun is actually able to chip away at that CC. He doesn't see the extra production, though, and that is going to be the game changer for Spirit.
Oh.
Now he does. Is it too late?
He does. Meanwhile, another very important thing. Okay, the Disruptor has come back across the map. We do have a Nexus here next to the army, and this is the final probe of Zoun.
Yeah, he needs to be able to start mining as quickly as possible.
Spirit is going for the island. He's going for the island.
So there's no more Phoenixes, is there?
No, they are not. All the Phoenixes got cleaned up earlier, so honestly, like, I feel like Spirit's in a really good position. Again, he's still continuing to mine.
Yeah, Spirit at least is stable.
Yeah, kind of.
Ish.
Could be worse. He could be in Zoun's position, where he only has one word.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo.
Zoun still has a pretty beefy army, though, and Spirit cannot produce at all.
Yeah, all the production is lifted up once again. Meanwhile, oh no! The Liberators, they unsieged!
And with that, Zoun jumps immediately on top of all these SCVs. Good force field blocking a ton of them off.
55 just died. 55 SCVs just died. They were all there. 55.
55?
55.
55?
Oh god. Meanwhile,
that was way more SCVs in that mining from that base than I thought.
yeah, and now this has been spotted. The island has been spotted. This is not going to be mined out either. Zoun. He's taking this, mate.
He is taking this. It looked very shaky for a very, very long time. Spirit does not want to give this up. He still... I mean, there's still hope for him if he's able to land these CCs somewhere on the map, maybe towards the north, somewhere that Zoun just isn't expecting him to be. But honestly, the chances aren't looking too good. He has rebuilt a bit of a bioforce, but we've got 2 Colossus with Thermal Lance. It's a majority Marine-based army.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is what I'm, like, again, I understand why he unsieged with his Liberators, because he wanted to, like, again, maybe reposition, maybe he wasn't feeling safe, but, like, there is no real good answer against these Libs. Like, there are only 2 Stalkers. Like, this is it. This is how he deals with them. Oh, damage is being done. He almost picks them off. At the same time, this Bioforce actually not going towards the Nexus. Spirit doesn't know. He hasn't scouted this Nexus. I just realized.
Oh no.
Yeah, look at his vision. I just realized. Oh my god.
Well, he knows there's a Nexus out somewhere in the map, but he just isn't sure where it is. He's not actually checking the bases though.
Yeah, he's checking the top left. He's scouting around. Like, he's looking for where the Nexus is. Meanwhile, the rocks are being cleaned up. Oh my god, the Warp Prism Micro against the Libs.
Looking fantastic right now. Purification over on the repairing SCVs just to add insult to injury.
Oh my god, exactly. Meanwhile, the Bio Army is meeting up with the final Liberator here, but the rest of the Protoss Army is converging as well. He doesn't have everything. There are a lot of Adepts kind of chipping away at CCs in the main.
But I think Zoun might just about have enough. Again, he doesn't have too many Marauders. If he tries to sim forward, I mean, he could maybe take out 1 Colossus, but not 2.
Oh my god, this game is insane. The CC is burning. It looks like it's going to fall. Like, yeah, there's no way. There's nothing to repair.
Spirit has 0 workers. CC falls. He's rebuilding his SCVs.
Yeah.
But this other CC is starting to burn.
How did Spirit...
Doesn't have the resources to repair it.
How did Spirit end up here? Like, again, it felt like he had a lot of advantage just going into the base trade, but slowly, like, he's been falling apart.
I'll tell you how he ended up here. He didn't look at his army when the purification
He didn't. He didn't. You're not wrong.
came.
Oh god. Meanwhile, yo, this is a pretty strong Bio Army. He can try and collapse one of the Colossus.
It is. He's already taken off the Disruptor, and the Warp Prism goes down with both Stalkers. That's the only anti-air that that Zoun has got. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
And picks off a Colossus.
Honestly,
just like that, his chances have changed.
Yeah, and he keeps on pumping out more Marines. Honestly, like, this Liberator could try and hunt down this Colossus. Like, this sentry is the anti-air. This is it when it comes to anti-air for Zoun.
I mean, don't underestimate sentries when it comes to anti-air.
Oh my god, this is still oh so close. What's a little bit scary though is that there is a shield battery. There is an overcharge if the fight happens at the Nexus.
There is. Spirit is being so careful when it comes to repositioning his army. Wants to defend this island base, which I think he should. Actually, he's going back into his main.
Yeah, like, mate, he's repaired. Like, he's still got 2 CCs up. He's getting some mining done. He's still pumping out Marines.
Time 0 production. He's about to have 0 mining.
Oh my god.
What a position to siege up a Liberator from.
Oh, meanwhile, 1 pylon was thrown down here. The production has been repowered for Zoun. He warps in 1 Stalker.
1 Stalker.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Apparently. A couple of Marauders do land, and honestly, Marauders can do really well against the army that Zoun has, especially with this Liberation Zone.
Exactly. Meanwhile, the production has been scouted here. We do have a Marine that does spot the production of Zoun. Oh god, the workers are going down left and right, but the Colossus actually outpositioned his opponent a little bit. Gets a swipe off.
Yeah, only a single swipe though, and this Nexus is looking very vulnerable. The shield battery, it seems, got taken out earlier on, and it looks like Spirit is going to take us to the ace match.
He's done it, mate. He has done it. From the clutches of defeat, he depower. No, he doesn't depower.
Wait, what?
The overcharge still stands strong.
The overcharge is still available, but the Colossus isn't attacking.
The Liberator falls. Mate.
The Nexus still survives?
Yeah.
The battery is still powered?
Mate, the fact that he didn't kill that pylon was huge. If he did, I think he would have just won then and there. Oh my god.
He really would have. Zoun doesn't want to give this up. He wants to win, and then he wants to sign up for ESL Asia. But, I mean, it's not looking too good.
It really isn't. Meanwhile, all these workers are going down, but he exposes the Nexus. So, boom, the Bio pounces upon that pylon. Finally takes us out. The Nexus will finally fall. And now that means that Zoun will have 0 economy.
What did we just witness?
Look, we just have constant Bio production here, mate.
One after another. Zoun doesn't realize that Spirit still has
yeah, he doesn't know.
CC up, does he?
He hasn't seen it. He hasn't seen this one here on the top left.
He hasn't. Yeah, I feel like he probably wouldn't have been. He probably wouldn't have stayed on this long.
Wow.
Oh, the Colossus on the high ground is dealing very well with the Marines, but not the Marauders. GG is called, and Spirit takes us to our ace match. Huh. That was despite the Purification Nova, by the way.
Oh my god, it really was. GG, well played. To be fair, there were some questionable moves from both players. It was a very chaotic base trade, but as you said, we have our ace match.
Yeah, we go. It's all gonna come down to this.
What a wild game.
Really was. I think this is the final one, actually. No, Special versus Hero is also going to the ace match, so we're not the only ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. We still got some StarCraft going on here. Meanwhile, ESL Open Cup Asia is about to start in 5 minutes. But again, it's not the biggest deal of deals if we miss out on the first round. We'll just jump into the second.
Yeah. As StarDuck did say some whatchamacallit, first round walkover, quote unquote. I don't remember what he said about it. I just remember it was a thing that I agreed with at the time. But I don't remember what I agreed to. What I agreed with. This is why I don't read TOS.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Alright. Here we go. Now he was saying that it's rough sometimes ESL Asia because you hit like a top tier player in the first round.
Yeah, that was it.
Alright, here we go. We are diving into game number 5. It all went down to this. There was a world where maybe Zoun could have won here in game number 4 in that chaotic base trade, but Spirit was able to pull it off, clench it out. Now we have our ace.
That we do. So world where Zoun is already qualified for TSL, but now it looks like we're in the world where Zoun may have to come back for the EU qualifier or the Korea qualifier.
He may.
All comes down to Spirit.
Oh.
And I don't just mean the player.
Oh god. Was there a story behind that? Is there a reason why he changed his name from Soul to Spirit? I remember
it was a meme.
Yeah, like a meme about it. As in, it was a joke, but he
it was a joke,
yeah.
But then he actually did it.
Yeah.
In my mind, he did it for Halloween.
Uh-huh. Well, like 6 months beforehand?
The long con, mate.
God damn it.
The long con.
And here we go as we get set up here. Just adjusting a couple of things.
I forgot that you used my Twitter banner for when my webcam's off.
Is that your Twitter banner? Yeah.
Wait, is it still my Twitter banner? I'm pretty sure it's still my Twitter banner.
I thought you changed it to the other one because you have.
Did I?
You have another one, don't you?
Do I?
God damn it, Yaku.
Okay, it's still this one. Yeah. Except on Twitter, you can only see my crotch, so.
That's the best part, man.
It is.
Oh god, as it looks like the players are taking a little bit of a break, so that's fine. You know, they had, especially after an intense game like that. Like I don't blame them.
Yeah, it goes down all the way to a base trait like that. Understandable.
Yeah, this is giving me time to get the tweet ready for ESL incubation, man.
Yeah, it's giving me time to call him Peinan.
I was about to say Peinan got knocked out earlier today, mate. What do you want?
He did. Feels bad, man.
Feels bad, man. We didn't even get to see him. We didn't get to cast him. But yeah. Again, massive shout out to StarDuck for joining me today for the NA qualifier. Fun fact: I've said this in the past, and I wasn't able to keep the promise. But as Yaku dropped something in the background,
That's a teaser.
Milk and Cookies will be returning to the casting couch.
Yay!
He should be here. No, but he should be here next week for TSL NA qualifier number 3.
Woo!
Number 3. Woo! Let's go.
Remember to interrogate him about Kingdom Hearts while he's there.
I will. Of course I will. Oh god. So yeah, he will be making his return. I still need to set something up with Yoda for him to drag him back on, but at least I've got milk.
Mm-hmm. I have the leche, but you don't have the con carne. But you want the con carne.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm calling Yoda Slim, by the way. That wasn't clear.
Something wrong with you, mate. There's something wrong with you. Here we go. Now we have figured it out. Game number 5 will be on the most curious of minds.
I wonder.
Sport. I was waiting for you.
I was waiting for you because you started the intro.
Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Curious Minds LE, we have the Polish Terran player himself from Polonia. Dzień dobry to everyone in the chat. He is representing KZ Gaming, KZG. It is Spirit.
And in the top left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player, of course, coming down from the land of Korea. He is Dzień dobry to everyone. He is going to be representing Alpha X. He is Zoun.
Beautiful. Here we go, mate. The ace match, game 5. This is really where it all is going down.
Absolutely. Is everything that happened before this, in this series, just disregarded. It's not important. It's time to recalibrate and reset. All that matters is this one final map that's going to determine who will qualify for TSL 8 and who will not yet qualify for TSL 8. But, you have to expect both of these players at least, right, to be able to make it. We've got plenty of qualifying spots throughout the week.
That we do. Each qualifier does have 4 players in each of them. And as you said, we have 3 qualifiers for every single region. Plenty of spots available for a very, very large tournament. I don't know if you noticed, but the bracket for the TSL main event is ridiculous.
They made it larger, yeah.
Yeah, it used to be round of 16. Now it's round of 32 double limb. It's obscene, mate. It's oh my god. I get a headache looking at it. It's like
That's why. What the coolest part about it is that TSL is kind of the most flexible tournament when it comes to schedule, right? If all of a sudden in the middle of the tournament, Afrika says, "Yo, actually we're gonna have super tournament these days," or if ESL says, "Yo, actually we need to play out certain groups on these days," TSL will take a backseat. So we're gonna be staring at that bracket for a while longer. Let me tell you.
Yeah, for those bearing in mind that they did confirm that TSL will take place over the course of weeks. They have elongated the schedule for TSL and made it a much longer kind of almost like a league. But I would argue, if you're doing that, mate, just make groups. Just make, instead of a 32 player bracket, just make some groups, into that playoff bracket. Be nice, clean things up a little bit.
You also give players maybe some preparation time against specific opponents.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could argue that that's a thing that happens as well, since there's going to be weeks between their matches. But there's a difference between preparing for one player in a playoff bracket, right, and preparing against potentially 3 in a group.
Yeah. At the same time, I'm sure that they probably want to differentiate themselves from DreamHack. They don't want just the same tournament again and again. They want things to be unique about it. So that is completely understandable. And also, we'll see how the main event goes because from what I've heard, Olivia and TSL, they are very open about, taking feedback and adjusting TSL for the years to come. Again, TSL 5 to 6 to 7 to 8, they have adjusted over time and refined themselves, and yeah, they're more than willing to adjust.
Better and better, yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually gonna reach our final form.
Exactly, and we'll see who's going to be a part of that form. As once again, Zoun avoiding the Stargate, and interesting, going for Blink. Oh.
Oh. Now, typically when I see a Protoss player go blink like this early on as an opening, my first instinct is, yeah, they're going to be a little bit more defensive. They're going to be hanging back. And that's what Zoun is doing for now, but do we really expect him to stay in this defensive posture, especially since he already deflects a Widowmine drop like that?
That he does, mate. Now he's going to be moving out across the map. The Marine is going to be taken out. Does not get a scout off of the third base. The Spirit is in the dark, but he is waddling all the way back home. And interesting, we do have a War Prism, so Zoun is going to be a little bit aggressive here, but behind this, he is going for a Templar Archives.
Yeah, just sort of wants to see what he can get away with his initial Blink Stalkers, but his main composition is going to be a lot more Charged Archon focused, or potentially Archon Immortal. We've seen Protoss players pull that off every now and then in PvT, mostly because of tanks.
Yep.
Mostly as a counter to tanks, I should say.
Yeah, that it is. As there we go. We do have Charge on the way. We're going to be seeing Archons as well. Meanwhile, we do have a Gateway Explosion. 4 gateways being thrown down. The War Prism is going to be zooming across the map. And we'll see if Zoun can find a way into the main. Which is...
Storm drop.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, boy. Storm is on the way. And he has his High Templar gathering that energy.
Slowly but surely, Spirit has set up his bases for to deal with any potential blinks into his main, but he hasn't fortified his mineral lines yet.
Exactly. Like, I kind of like this because Zoun is selling a story. He's like, yo, Blink Stalkers, fear me. When really, it's the follow-up that you need to fear. And a follow-up that isn't very common as well. Like, you don't often see storm drops that in like a standard PvT.
Yeah, at least not as a form of harass. In general, I suppose you do just want to keep the... But a couple of High Templar are forced to reveal themselves. Trying to get a feedback on that Raven. Not enough to kill it, but is enough to prevent any more auto turrets being thrown down.
Yeah, I almost want to say it may not have been worth it, like, revealing your hand like that, because now Spirit should be aware, hold up, what the hell are High Templar doing out there right now? Like, he may be getting ready for those storms. He may be a little bit more vigilant when it comes to looking at his mineral lines.
Yeah, or just try to target down that War Prism if he can. Zoun's setting up very aggressively. He's posturing right now.
Yeah, exactly. Sure, like Storm drops into a mineral line is scary, but he's going to do it on top of the army instead. He's diving in. He blinks on top of the Stalkers. Sorry, on top of the tanks.
And he throws down one Storm, but honestly, there's just nothing to Storm. So many SCVs go down. Unfortunately, we don't have Game Heart there. Feels bad, man. They just want to repair that bunker.
They really did. Also, feels bad, man. I just noticed that we don't have Game Heart, despite being in that lobby for a while. Meanwhile, the High Templar, they've expended their Storms. Now they're being morphed into those Archons.
Which honestly aren't that much less threatening for the Terran player, especially one that's as Marine heavy as Zoun. You still have to really respect the splash damage they can do.
Yeah, that you do. Meanwhile, nicely done there with the Raven. He dips in, he throws down. Oh my god, the tanks, sorry, the medivacs actually get picked off, but so does the War Prism, and Spirit, he defends.
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised of how well Spirit's been able to defend, of how aggressively he's been utilizing his bio, right? But he picked off the Archons. There's barely any gateway units to buffer for them since the War Prism did get taken out, and now Spirit is looking primed to counterattack. Maybe not with only one medevac, but yo, he's getting there. He's getting there.
That he is. I mean, he's in such a good place after defending that. Again, that was a massive investment with all those Templars, the Archons, the War Prism got picked off as well. I have to wonder if, again, that first storm that we saw, I think we only saw 2 storms in total, despite there being 3 High Templar.
Yeah.
It did feel like Spirit was pre-split initially for that. And sure, some SCVs went down that were repairing, but overall, like, the bio did stand strong.
Yeah, a couple of SCVs went down, a couple of Marines went down, but not much other than that. It feels like after Zoun utilized those 2 storms, Spirit was like, alright, let's go. And that was when he really grouped his army together. Zoun just did not have an answer at that point, right? He didn't have any storms left. Well, he did, but they were still in the War Prism.
Yeah, you could argue maybe you should have been a little bit more careful with that, but oh god, that is neither here nor there, because you know what, Spirit, he's going across the map. He's got a very strong bio army. He does have to respect the storms. There are 2 High Templar in. Oh, the disable!
Ooh.
Oh!
Brilliant move here from Spirit, preventing any of those High Templar that have been gathering energy to pop out and help in that fight. One storm did land though from High Templar on the ground, and it does chase away Spirit. Meanwhile, massive Zealot charge run by.
Yeah, exactly. A couple of things happen here. One, of course, the army is forced all the way back home to help deal with these Zealots, so nice hit on by Zoun, but that was a kill, not a cancel on the 4th base of Zoun, so Spirit was still able to deal some damage. Thankfully, Zoun did have that flanking storm, that flanking High Templar, because without that, I don't know if he would have been able to hold on, man.
I don't think he would have at all. But will he be able to hold the counter, or will he be able to hold against round 2 that Spirit is just about setting up now? His medevacs are very, very low on energy, and Zoun still has a lot of High Templar, in fairness.
That he does. Like, he has 3 in the medevac, sorry, in the War Prism, and he has 3 on the ground. Like, there's an insane amount of storm potential here for Zoun. So pushing into this is still going to be very difficult. But to be fair, Spirit doesn't have to push into it. If he wanted to, he could maybe even try and pick up and boost into the main.
Yeah, I think he was setting up a double drop somewhere. Yep, towards the south. Triple drop, actually.
Ooh, let's go. Let's go for a bit of multi-prong here. Triple drop towards the south, push towards the center. This push will get scouted by the observer, but again, I feel like Spirit wants this to be scouted. He wants Zoun's eyes here in the middle, not towards the south.
Yeah, he really wants to draw the army of Zoun away. Because as threatening as this force is, it's not really something that Spirit's going to commit to too much.
Oh god, the disruptor does move forward. No, the move command!
Immediately gets picked off before it can even throw out a Purification Nova. Ooh, good storms though. A lot of bio is starting to get taken out here.
God, that it is. Meanwhile, the main armies are engaging. Oh my god, that War Prism is so low with 3 High Templars inside. Oh.
Just a few more volleys from the Viking.
Oh my god, the Vikings.
No, Cigar. War Prism. I'm keeping my eye on that. High Templars do land. The War Prism finally gets taken out, but the High Templar are dropped before then. Doesn't matter in the end though. His Spirit already dealt with the Gateway buffer. Already targets out the High Templar.
Yeah, exactly. Almost all the High Templars were taken out, but you know what? 2 more were in the back line. They are still here with plenty of energy, plenty of storm. Spirit cannot push into this.
Yeah, not with the shield battery and not with those Colossus still in position. Templar.
Oh my god, he gets
one.
one.
Thing gets taken out basically for free, yeah.
For 3 Marines, 1 High Templar? Mate, that's an amazing trade.
Fantastic trade, especially since Spirit has not stopped the production from here. He's well set up on 4 bases. If he wants to, he could take a 5th, but he doesn't really need it. He's got 2/2 bio, and he's reducing from every single barracks.
Yeah, exactly. Just the macro is insane from Spirit. He's taking another base towards the top right. Ooh, forced to be cancelled though due to an adept. Meanwhile, oh my god, the storms!
Lands on just about every single bio unit. Look at how low on energy those medevacs are, and look at how red the bio is, man.
Yeah, what's important though is that even though that was an insane storm, a lot of the bios survived. Like, we still have a pretty massive army lead here for Spirit. As you're saying though, it's pretty low on HP. Like, he needs more medevacs.
Yeah. If StarCraft had that mechanic that some RTS games do, where you can combine injured units to make a fully healed unit, then Spirit's army supply would dip in half. Let's put it that way. Like, he's got 108, right? But with how injured they are, it's about 108 half units.
Yeah, it's like 1 swipe or 1 storm would kill everything. So
Exactly.
Spirit has to just lick his wounds at home, wait for the follow-up push instead, and because of this, he's giving Zoun so much room to get saturated on 4 bases, to work on his upgrades, to work on his army, to just calm down a little bit, you know, after just the non-stop aggression for the past couple of minutes.
Speaking of non-stop aggression, Purification Novas do not land. Ooh, to get a ghost, which is something, you know, not the juiciest connection in the world, but Zoun doesn't exactly lose anything to get that, so net positive overall.
Yeah, not bad. Could have been worse. Could have been a lot. We've seen worse today, twice.
We have. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh god. So this time Zoun doesn't go for, he doesn't connect the Novas, but again, there's still plenty of opportunity here. He's trying to be cheeky, he's waiting for the scan to wear out.
And it does wear out. Zoun taking a massive risk with his disruptors, exposing them so much. But if he's ever able to catch Spirit's army opposition, it will be well worth it. Such good EMPs. Colossus fall just about immediately after that.
Ooh, one Colossus.
One more volley.
Yeah, it barely survived. No, again, the disrupt. This has happened too many times. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 disruptors.
Oh, it doesn't even get a Purification Nova off.
Oh my god, this is the 3rd time it has happened this series where Zoun has them on a separate hotkey, and when he moves his army back, the disruptors still move forward.
Look, it's balance. It's balancing out the Purification Novas that Spirit needs.
Oh my god, not like
Equivalent
this.
exchange.
To be fair, the last time this happened, it was on Hardwire, and Zoun won anyway, when he lost 6 disruptors. But here he lost 4 of them, and unlike on Hardwire, Zoun doesn't have the momentum. Spirit is maxed out.
He is maxed out, and he's not gonna stop. We are in Curious Minds. It really doesn't take much to start reinforcing a foothold like this.
Exactly, and here we go. Look at the beautiful arc here from Spirit. He's just collapsing on the army. The Disruptor does not have a shot available. There are no storms at all.
Brilliant arc and even better storms. No storms, as you were saying, and the Purification Novas aren't quite the same. Finally, 1 storm lands, but too little, too late. Spirit is running away when it comes to the army supply.
Yeah, if StarDuck was here, he would say PvT unwinnable, man. But what I will say is that Disruptor control feels bad, man. Because again, time and time again, this series, Zoun, he just doesn't care for his disruptors.
You gotta protect them, man. You gotta show them that they're loved and valued. Couple of storms, decent storms, all things considered, but we're at the point where Spirit can afford to be losing bio here and there.
Yeah,
he's sieged up with his Liberators, he's sieged up with his tanks.
Mate, we got a nuke on the base as well. We have a flanking disruptor shot, but it's not going to be enough. The 4th base will fall, and the nuke will finish it off.
I was so worried that Spirit was going to stay there for a little too long.
Oh god, I mean, Zoun, he's going to be able to clean up this army. A beautiful engagement from him. He was able to catch a bunch of reinforcements. He cleans this up. But look at the economy. Just look at the army as well. Look at the rally from Spirit. Ay.
Yeah, honestly though, it does feel like Zoun bought himself a chance. It's a very slim chance. A chance nonetheless. I was saying that, bio at this point is pretty extendable for Spirit, but not Liberators. It looks like it doesn't matter in the end though. Zoun sees the writing on the wall. GG. Spirit takes that series 3-2. Will qualify for TSL 8. Right as it turns like I think around midnight-ish in Bologna. It's been up for a while, man.
Mate, it's well past midnight in Bologna. What are you on
Yeah.
about? Mate? It's like almost 4 a.m. I think it is 4 a.m.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
But GG, well played. Congratulations, Spirits, for staying up incredibly late and qualifying through the I almost said Korean qualifier, the NA qualifier.
Well, it feels like the Korean qualifier at this point.
Apparently, it's
that's because we are dipping into.
Apparently, it's the European qualifier, mate. What are you on about? Oh god.
Did anyone from NA qualify?
Special is in a qualifying match, right? Is that done?
He is. Him versus Hero.
Yeah, it's over, mate. This was the final series. Hero is the other player to qualify in the end today. For the TSL NA qualifier number 1, we have Kyor and Hero, 2 Koreans, and Vanya and Spirit, 2 Europeans. F's in the chat for Estrella, Trigger, and Special. The 3 of them were trying to hold up that NA banner as best they could, but there were only 3 of them. What could they do against the wall of foreigners, mate, of invaders?
Look, they'll be back with a vengeance for the EU2 qualifier? Yeah, EU2 qualifier happening. No, EU3 qualifier, sorry. No, not yet. KR1 qualifier. I didn't realize that the EU
Yeah.
qualifiers already took place.
Yeah. They already took place one after the other.
Harson 3-1 Maru? Yo.
He did. Did
That
3-1
was
Mario.
sick.
Oh god, but Mario still qualified anyway through the European qualifier. By the way, fun
He
fact.
did. Bjorn did as well. I think
yep.
Bjorn was the first Korean.
Bjorn and Maru. But with that, congratulations to all of our qualified players today. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I hope you had a good time in today's broadcast. Also, Funada StarDuck in the chat because he joined me for the majority of the cast, and he was meant to go to bed, but he's still there in the chat.
SMH my head, StarDuck.
Shaking my head, mate.
What did I relieve you from?
Oh god. Shaking my head. Well, with that, again, thank you so much, and thank you so much, Yaku, for jumping on at the last minute.
Yes,
I really do appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
I mean, there you go. And with that, we are not done for the day. That was merely the first broadcast. 5.5 hours. Damn. We go from one tournament right into the other. We're going to be live in 15 minutes, or maybe 10 minutes, with ESL Open Cup Asia.
That's how quickly we can get a series.
You can already hop on over. We are going to be hopping on over to Asia for our next tournament cast. If you're only going to tune in for this, and if you're going to go now, then what I will say is that please follow us on all the social medias. The CranKy Ducklings, we are live throughout the week with plenty of StarCraft. We've been casting StarCraft since 2017. It's been many years, 4 years and counting. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for dropping by, and with that, stay tuned for ESL Open Cup Asia. Ciao.
Bella. Oh, do stay tuned for ESL Open Cup Asia, actually, yeah. Got a surprise.
Oh god. Is it TOS appropriate? Is it?
We'll see.
No, I don't like the sound of that. Oh no. But yes, thank you so much everyone. We are hopping on over, and we will see you soon, as soon as we set up all the overlays and all that stuff. Ciao.
Bella.